Now, a skill that we should all have is to be able to look at the equation of a line and tell what the gradient is just by looking at the equation of a line. Alright? So, for example, we know the form for the equation of a line is y equal mx plus c, where m is the gradient. The gradient is the coefficient of the x. Whatever value is multiplied to the x, that's the gradient. Of course, when it's in this form, when the y, and by the way, very importantly, the y must be on one side of the equation by itself. So if I have an equation like this, y equal 2x minus whatever, and I ask you, what is the gradient of this line? Alright? The gradient of this line is 2. Good. But if I have an equation like this, y equal to 2 minus 6x, what's the gradient of that line? Yes, negative 6. Alright, whatever the coefficient of the x is. Good, once the y is by itself. How about you have something like 2y equal 10x plus 4, and I ask you, what is the gradient of this line? Before you can tell the gradient, remember y has to be the subject. So you need to get rid of this 2. So you have to divide each term by 2. So divide that by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. 2 into 2, that's 1, so left with 1y. 2 into 10. So what's the gradient of this line? 5. Alright, another one, we have 3y equal 8 minus 7x, and I ask you, what is the gradient of that line? Yes, you'd have to divide each term by 3. So now you have the y by itself, so the gradient here is minus by the up here. Here it would be 5. Here it would be minus 7 over 3, right? Minus 7 over 3. So what if you had something like y plus 4x equal to 1? And again, before you can tell the gradient, you have to transpose for y. So bring it in this form, y equal mx plus c. Alright, so you can take 4x from both sides, or group the 4x over here. So it becomes negative 4x, and you still have a positive 1. So for this equation, the gradient is minus 4. Suppose you have something like 2y plus 7x equal to 10, and I ask you, what is the gradient of this line? Then you will say, you have to transpose for y, right? So we transpose for y, so you have to move that 7x, so 10 minus 7x, take 7x from both sides, so the 7x will be gone, and the group over here, so it's negative 7x. Alright, so we divide both sides by 2. So 2 into 2, 1, so you have 1y. 10 divided by 2, that's what, 5? So what's the gradient here? We normally write the gradient as a fraction. Alright, what if you put negative 3.5? I guess that's equivalent, right? So here m is minus 7 over 2. So I hope you're comfortable with that now. You all should be able to use a line and determine the gradient. Let's do a quick question. So now there we have a question. So we are told the line AB passes through the point 6, 2 and is perpendicular to the line 5y minus 2x equal to 15. Determine the equation of AB. Now, let's try and figure that out. Pause the video all the time and try and figure it out, alright? So now, the equation of AB, the equation of any straight line, first thing, right? The equation of any straight line is y equal mx plus c. Alright? So we know we're going to substitute the point 62 because we are told that AB passes through the point 62. The trouble now is to get the gradient of AB. Now, we are told that AB is perpendicular to this line. So if we know the gradient of this line, then we will be able to deduce the gradient of AB. Because we are told that AB is perpendicular to this line. What is the gradient of this line? Let's see if we can determine the gradient of this line. We have the line here 5y minus 2x equal 15. Let us transpose for y. So, alright, so add 2x to both sides. Alright, so 5y group with here. So this will be 2x plus 15 or 15 plus 2x. Alright, because if we group over here now the positive 2x, right? Now we need, remember we need a y by itself. Alright, so this line, we're fixing up this line in the form y equal mx plus c, so we can know m. So 5 into itself, that's 1. So y equal to 2x over 5 plus what's 15 divided by 5? 3. So, what is the gradient of this line? The gradient of this line is 2/5. The coefficient of the x, right? The value multiplied to the x. mx, y equal mx, so the 2/5 will be the m. So this line has a gradient of 2/5. And AB, we are told that AB is perpendicular to this line. So what is the gradient of AB? The negative reciprocal. Remember, if two lines are perpendicular, then one is a negative reciprocal of the other. Suppose you were told that AB is parallel to this line. What gradient would you use for AB? The same 2/5. Because if two lines are parallel, then the gradients are the same. So we are using negative 5/2 because when you multiply negative 5/2 times 2/5, the result is -1. And so we know the perpendicular gradient would be negative 5/2. Alright? So m is negative 5/2. Let's sub that into y equal mx plus c. So of course the x is 6 and the y is 2. So y, replace the y with 2. M is negative 5/2. X, so it's mx. X is 6. And you have your plus c, right? So 2, let's work out this. So 2 into 6, 3, right? And 3 times -5, that's -15. Plus c. So we're transposing now. You want the c by itself, so you add 15 to both sides. So cancel this negative 15. Or you could see you group it over here. Negative 15 group with the 2. So it's 2 plus 15. You prefer looking at it like that. And so therefore, 2 plus 15, that's what? 17. So C is 17. So therefore, the equation of AB is y equal mx plus c, where m is negative 5/2. Alright? And c is 17. And that's it. Nice and easy.